So I got this. It's a kitchen for toddlers or 10 years old or something. So I'm gonna build it. So I'm gonna read the directions. That's how it looks like. I'm gonna read the directions and I'm gonna put it together. Not showing you the directions. I'm just gonna do it as it says from step 1 to step 2. So I guess if you can see, then I'm just gonna quickly glance and put it all together. The first thing I did was I laid everything out so I could just grab it real quick. It doesn't look as bad when it's all laid out. So I laid it out with the numbers at the top because it's easier. You can just pick it. So now I'm looking for 3. So I believe this might be 3. It just doesn't have the number on it. This was the one without the number on it. I guess it came off during delivery. So the slot goes here. 2 holes go up here. It's only slotted on one side. And one of these 40s go right there. And then you need M. And M is right here. It doesn't say which M goes where, but I'm betting that these M's are on the surface because it's wood color. And these 4 probably go in here. It's going to be inside of the cabinet. For the first one, like that, I'm going to use the colored ones because this is going to be the outside wall. So just to match it, I'm going to use the colored ones. And this is step number 1, with this slice being in the back and this being on the bottom. You're going to want to put a hole that's closest to you in first because there's 2 holes back here. So just so you don't mess up. So it wants to be on the furthest hole. I believe there's a hole right here. I've seen 2 holes. Step number 2, you need these 2 S's. And you're going to put this. The things like this, the 2 big holes are on the top. Right here. Like that on this side. And this side's going to be the holes in a slice. And you want this to look like this. Is on the top. So that's going to be like this. And it's going to be in the last hole like that. So like this. And that. And it's going to go all the way through the last hole. Like that. If you can see that. And it goes like that. And you're going to screw it into this. Just like that. And to get it started, be careful and just listen to the humming of the gun, just so you don't strip anything. And so for step number 2, you need 2 of these, 1 for each side, and then 2 of these. And so I kind of do the front so I can look at the back and I don't lose what I don't use in other areas. Let me get this one just so I don't lose that. And I'll use that. So this is how it should look And I'll put the other one down here. Right here. And then tighten it up. You want it just tight enough so it doesn't move. You don't want to squeeze the plastic like a pancake. So for step number 3, now for this step, I might have said step number 2, but it's really step number 3 if I mention it again in the middle of this step with the hooks and the slices for number 6. Okay, so now I'm move on to step number 4. Now, I know for all of these, it's kind of confusing, but this is what you're looking for. Kind of match the thing up right there. I'm pretty much symmetrical, if I'm using that word correctly. And there's going to be a bottom onto this, so it's kind of going to come up. But as long as they're, you know, the back line's going to make. Step number 4, you want the ice cube tray, 43, and you want 4 peas. So get your 4 peas out, and your 24, and you want this to be on the holes to be on the front, and so that's going to be on the back like this. So you want that to go in like that, and then put the 4 peas in. I tried to tell you steps in the beginning, but it kind of confused me because I started from other places. So I'm just going to tell you the steps that I've done. It would be a lot easier for me. So the next step is this: 26, 27B, and 27A. So these are the rest of the peas. And you want this. I guess the picture in it. I don't know what kind of picture that is. So you want that like that, and you want this to be like this is going to be on the front. Because it's going to be closed like that. Then that's going to, so that goes in here. These fall into place like that, and then lay it down and put your peas in. And to me, I don't know if you can see that, but the weld didn't completely come out when they machine cut this screw. So luckily they had an extra in the extras. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, because I don't have no more. But I have to take one out of here if I really need it. Yep, just like that. I guess we'll put onto the pass on this side, so you can quickly assemble it later. And all the trash, that way everything's, before you move on from this, it's going to be like that. And you get the same options with the C screws. You get the nice wooden ones, and you get the ones that are this, but this is going to be on the inside. So I'm going to take out of these 3 handles, I forget what number they are, but they're in that box. You get the small handle, it being like this, and you have it like that with the 2 things on the inside. We're going to put this one, so when it closes, it clicks in to the other ones that we put in. And these are K's, and this is F. The plastic piece is F. So for 28, we're going to do the same thing. This is going to be the inside, the small one. And then you want to get K and F, F and K. Right there, and then you want 2 C's. 1, 2 for the handle. That's how it's gonna look after. Open it up like that, and close it, click. Last one, we're gonna pull a old piece back up. So 24, in case you forgot. Get F, 2 K's, and 2 C's for the handle. The non-colored ones. See, here's the colored ones. After all said and done, that's how it's gonna look. Open it up and close it. 2 steps are 14 and 16, 14 and 16, but it's the same thing with different handles. 1, 2, 3, 4 C's and 4 K's and 2 F's. So the last 2 F's, 4 K's, the last 4 K's, I guess you get an extra, and then 4 C's. You're using these handles, 15. So it appears that this is like that. 2 holes in the front, so that wants to be like this. And then you put the 2 C's in right here. Like that. So this is like this. After all said and done, it's like that. That's on the inside. And then I put this on. And now move on to the next one. Right here. And so do the same thing. And like that. So open it like that. Put it on the inside. I realized that was a little bit confusing, so this is on this side, that's on that side, and like this, because you're going to open it like that. So lay it down so you close it, because the face is on the inside and this is just the 2 buttons, and then you grab it like that, open it. Next step is 30. So it wants to be like that. That wants to be at the top front. And it wants 2 L's. And I guess both of these, J and O. And you want to do it the same way. Looks like that's right there, and then this is facing up, and then J is going in the other way, like that, facing up, and this is facing up, and it's just like that. Next step is 30. You got that. Okay, the holes are here, so they want this to face up. So this is J. The screw goes in here. The bolt goes in here. So just tighten it just enough. Not to pancake nothing, but just to make it snug so it doesn't move. L, B, and O. So 31 L. 31 is right here. L's right here. And B and O are right here. Both of them. So it wants to be 2 circles right there. That's right there. That's pointed outward. And then B goes in there. You only need one for this side. And then put O right here. B right here. Make sure it goes in the hole. The next step are these with 18. And 18 is right here. And it appears that the one hole is on top like this. So let's put this open. And once this and the clicker has to go in, this is the clicker, white piece goes on there. And then this goes on here. And then this locks everything in. So you got that. And do it again. The clicker. It's the only 3 pieces that are in here. And that goes in here. The same thing before we move on. 21. So the clickers are going to go in here. And there. Ma'am. Ma'am. And there, all of these. You can do it one by one if it's easier. See how it's done after the clicker's on. It doesn't matter how the thing goes in. You're going upside down because you can turn it all the way around. So I don't know if you want the nicer ones. Maybe I should have put all the nicer ones on here. And this one for the oven. But I wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to do it. Just in case you already made the mistake. You can go like that. Just take it out. Clicker's already in. Just so these, all 4 of these are nicely the same way. I think this is how it's supposed to go. So let's do it like that. For the burners, you need 3 C's for each burner. So I'll pull that out. These, and these are the burners. 42. So you just put the burners on like this, click it in, and the screws go under there. Yes, I'll do the first one. So find a hole, because the whole thing just kind of goes back in. Make sure it doesn't move. And then put in 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 for all of them. Okay, after all said and done, that's that. Next step is putting it all together. So I want number 1, number 2, and number 3, and number 4. I got all these together. So I want the last 2 non-colored C's and A and E, but these are the colored ones. A and E. I want the color tips. So 1, 2, 4, and then 2 of these. The splice is going to be the top, and this is going to be the bottom. Has the 2 holes, and that's how it wants to go. Like this. Not too tight, because I think I stripped this one out, but not enough to make it loose. So make this come up. Get the Allen key and put this in here. Like that. Put that in here like this and try to catch it. See? I caught it. And just put it in straight. If you put it in straight, then you won't really have a problem with it catching. Sometimes, but not all the time. You can always put a flathead in there or something and turn it. It has do the other side. Put it in like that, straight, and then put this in right there and caught. And do the same for the bottom. So normally it would say that you would need to keep it loose, but I don't see how anything would be compromised in the future. So I'm gonna just tighten everything up so I don't miss nothing at the end. The next step is to grab, okay, so 5 and 6, and then I grab 4 more A's, which all rest of them are colored. So A and E is what I want. So this is A and E. They're all the same size. Half were colored and the other half weren't colored on this side. So now you just want 5 and 6. And you want to just tie everything in. The front is the clicker. Right here, this is 6. It's going to go right there. And then this is 5. It's going to go right here. That's the lower one. That goes in perfect. And for this, it's to this side. So, yeah, right here, 5. And, well, this is 6. And this is 5. So all the slices are in the back. You're going to be sliding various things back there. So next step is 8, and you want E and A and 2 wooden pogs. So E and A, and the 2 wooden pogs are I. So I grab 1 of each, and this is number 8. So you want this hole to be hidden. So it's actually going to be like that. So right here, put that in. And make sure this goes in. This is the nice one. Make sure this goes in like that. And if we can't see it, then I can't help you there. I'll figure that part out. Really easy though. It goes right in. Just make sure you put it in a hole straight. Next, I want to get 7 and C's. The only C's that are left are the colorful ones. So I guess I'm just going to use these for the inside as well, because they have 2 on the inside and 2 on the outside. So unless I use the spare pieces and put the case, but these are spare, so I guess we'll see at the end if you're really wondering. But they should be no use for the spares unless you lose this. So it wants to go into the holes that are the only open ones from the bottom. So make sure this goes in a hole. kind of slide it up and down until it falls into the hole like that. And just tighten it up, and this should just go right in. You stand everything up. Get G, D, and these are 10 and 11. So G and D. So make sure the holes, the nasty bits are on the inside. And then this just sits right there. Just like that. Next is 12 and 13. So right here gets 12. And the splices needs to be on this side. Like that. And then this doesn't have a splice, so I just put the number on the outside. These two, with these two handles, are 14 and 16. So 16 wants to be in the middle. Right here, set it in here. Just close the door right here temporarily. And set this in here. Close the door temporarily. Prep this. You want A and E. And you want this one. And then you want the little wooden peg, the last I. So before you put this piece in and you put the screws in, make sure that the door goes in the holes underneath. And the same thing, 4 of these. And then the last I. And then you're gonna screw everything in like so. Like that. And then put the it's telling me to prep this, but it just shows me like that. So I'm gonna have to show you how I do it. But first things first, I'm gonna take the 2 ends and screw the faucet in. Being right here. Oh my gosh. After putting the faucet in with N, right here, right there, you wanna put the 2 holes on top. You want 45. And you want to C. So this hole right here gets a C. No. Where's it at? Oh, right there. So the hole for C is in this crease right here. So you go like that. And make sure these holes are like that. You know, because you wanna, it wants to, I don't even know, be honest with you. Just enough, and you can always move it. The 4 Q's that go in the top go in the metal holes on the bottom. So it's not that difficult. And then these go on the top here and get locked with these R's. So after you put it in and lock them in with the R's, you want 2 A's and 2 E's. So there's 2 A's, 2 E's right here to lock it in right there. But first things first, I'm gonna put it in like so, and E's is where you lock the R's in, right there. And then the A's, you're gonna open this, feel around for the holes in the bottom, and right there, Let's put that in there. Should go right in. I don't feel it. And it goes in like that. Now, I'm going to take my R's. It looks like these are too short. Like, these aren't even going to curb around the screw, but we'll see. I guess it grabbed something. These are the only pieces that are used for that, so. Oh yeah, grabbed. You just need, I guess, one of these to kind of pull it. It says you can use a screwdriver, but maybe I just needed to push down so it could grab. This is 22. I need 22, and then I need 23, and then I need M to put them like that. So the M's are right here. I use 1, 2, 3, 4. I use the colored M's. Oh no, they're not M's. So to make it look pretty, I'll use one colored one and one non-colored one. So that's done like this. And then this wants to get G and D. So G and these are the two holes I'm talking about. But what I'm going to do is put the top ones in just to hold it. You know what I mean? Just to kind of hold it there. And then I'm going to fit the bottom ones. That's how that's supposed to be. Next, you want 30, A and E. So here's A and E, 4 of them, and get 30, and put it right here. I got the 30, and this is right here. But before you put everything in, you want to put this door in the bottom, and then you want to put this on. So this goes in this hole to hold it. That's in there, and then just pop a screw in here just to kind of hold everything up, and then you can just screw everything together. Now that that's done, you need 35. This is 35. Actually, I didn't put this on yet. So if the top's 35, the bottom is 31. It didn't show me how that went on. So the next step is 31 and G and D are right here. And for this side, 2 C's go in the back. So 2 C's go in the back, and then G and D. I'll put C to season first. Only 2 holes right here, and then I'll put these in. So I was putting this in, and I looked down, and I thought I burnt myself. Okay, so 32 goes in the back, and then I need 33 right there, and then I'll get 2 C's and pop it in right there. They want me to put the hole in first, so obviously this end is skinnier, so I guess they thought about it, and the bottom end is skinnier. So let's see what happens. More like it. So now I'm going to take 33, 2 holes on. I think you can get it wrong. And then have this in the front. This in the front. And put the 2 C's. So now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C's. Then put the door in and just make sure everything goes in the holes. So I want it like that. but I also want all the holes to line up too, so I'll put this one in first, line up this hole, and they all should follow. So yeah, because that's in, put the 2 sides in first, and then the 3 should just follow. But be careful so you're not over tightening stuff. In the next part, I want to put this cell phone holder here. This is everything you need. This goes in the back. This piece. This is 40, by the way. 46. Put this in here. Put that right there. Click. Here's the oven timer. 34 is the same way. You get the door. Make sure the holes go in. You need A and E. 34 and 26. It has the thing to hold it, so make sure the 2 holes are in. And I just pop this in right here, just to kind of hold it. You could screw it in if you want, and then do all the other ones. And so now I have the last 2, and obviously the sink. And this goes in here like that. And I'm thinking this can go like that, and you can use it as a cutting board. So he needs to buy now the utensils. Buy the utensils and everything. And yeah, that's how it is. Nice for kids.